Welcome to the Mitcham History Notes YouTube channel. Today's video is about a Chelsea footballer and Mitcham cricketer, Jack Harrow. The Mitcham Cricket Club have published this book about Jack Harrow, a Chelsea footballer of 100 years ago, and it's called Jack Harrow, D'Artagnan of Defence. Its author is Adrian Gault, OBE, whose previous book was about the cricketer James Southerton. But why is a cricket club publishing a book about a footballer? Well, in the introduction, Adrian says that with his interest in the history of Mitcham Cricket Club, which plays on the oldest continuously used ground in the world, he frequently trawls through past club records. It was an obituary in the 1959 yearbook that caught his eye. Jack Harrow. By the passing of Jack Harrow, Mitcham Cricket Club loses one of its older players and regular supporters. Although his claim to fame must always be the football field in which sphere he played for and was captain of Chelsea Football Club, nevertheless he has played a good deal of cricket on the green and was a hard-hitting batsman at his best. At the formation of the Mitcham Wednesday 11, and in its first few seasons, he played regularly. We remember him also as a wicket-keeper and a great sportsman. It was news to Adrian that there had been a Mitcham cricketer who had captained Chelsea. Adrian quickly found out the basic facts of Jack Harrow's time with Chelsea, his 334 appearances from 1911 to 1926, and as a trainer until 1939. Adrian wanted to know more of Jack Harrow's early years and the clubs he played for before Chelsea and his time as a cricketer at Mitcham, and so he wrote this book. It's available on Amazon, the link for which is in the description of this video. Proceeds from it will go to the Mitcham Cricket Club and also to restoring Jack Harrow's grave at the London Road Cemetery in Mitcham. This entry on the Find a Grave website has photos of the state of it and is uploaded in 2020 by the Chelsea Graves Society. Jack was born in 1888 and his father was a leather dresser at Mill Green, quite likely to be at the tannery shown on this 1867 Ordnance Survey map. Mill Green today is actually part of Mitcham Common, although it is in the London Borough of Sutton. In an April 1936 issue of the Croydon Times, there was an article about the previous 20 years of sport, and Jack Harrow was mentioned as having first played for Mill Green Rovers and then moving on to Croydon Common Football Club. The Croydon Club's ground was at Whitehorse Road Recreation Ground, but he played at their new ground, which was next to Selhurst Railway Station. It was at this ground in 1911 that Jack was spotted by a scout from Chelsea who signed him up. Adrian's book goes into detail about the controversy over what the actual fee was, but Chelsea's manager from 1907 to 1933, David Calderhead, was quoted some years later saying that Jack Harrow was his, quote, best capture, end quote. Football continued to be played after war had been declared in August 1914, as most people believed the conflict would be over by Christmas. The sport was suspended the following July, and Jack Harrow was taken on by James Paines's firework factory in Mitcham as a munitions worker. While at Paines, he took part in a cricket match, as told in this article from the Mitcham and Tooting Mercury, 23rd June 1916. Munitioners at cricket. Successful charity match at Mitcham. There is a decided connection between munitions and hospitals, and it was therefore quite appropriate that the makers of munitions employed by J. Payne & Sons, Mitcham, should participate in a cricket match in aid of the Croydon General Hospital. For many years past, Mr. J. Craig, the popular manager at Payne's Works, has held a ball for the purpose of helping this most deserving institution. But with the war in progress, it was deemed advisable to abandon the function, and Mr. Craig, transferring his efforts from the social to the sporting arena, arranged Saturday's match with highly satisfactory results. He was ably seconded by Mr. A. Ingle, a highly placed member of the firm, and the idea just caught on, with admirable enthusiasm amongst the workers. The match had been the chief topic of conversation among them for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and the sale of tickets progressed right merrily. The employees comprised some men not unknown in the sporting world, and when Mr. Craig and Mr. Ingle had finally selected their teams, an interesting and keen struggle was prophesied. Mr. Tom Ongley captained Mr. Craig's 11, and Mr. A. Hussey, Mr. Ingle's 11. Other prominent personalities in the team were Mr. Noel Harvey, brother of Mr. T.P. Harvey, the famous captain of Mitcham 20 years ago, and himself a fine batsman. E. Palmer, at one time an aspirant for county honours. Jack Harrow, the well-known Chelsea footballer. Harry Histed of Upper Mitcham Club. T. Lynch, T. Sturtevant, the Gregorys, and last but not least, Mr. Ingle himself, who was at one time a regular player in Lancashire League cricket. Football resumed in August 1919 after the war, but Jack's playing career unfortunately ended with an eye injury in February 1926. He stayed with Chelsea as a trainer until 1939. But what about his involvement with the Mitcham Cricket Club? Well, Adrian tells us that he had played with them during his time at the Croydon Common Football Club. I suppose it was common, if you pardon the pun, for footballers to want to keep fit by playing cricket during the summer. While at Chelsea, he captained the Mitcham Cricket Club Wednesday 11 in 1924 and 1925. His eye injury stopped his cricket as well, of course, but he remained with the club and was made an honorary member. Jack Harrow lived in Albert Road, Mitcham, from World War I up to his passing at the age of 69 in July 1958 at the Croydon General Hospital of lung cancer. Thank you for watching. I'll not mention any of the match details because that would make this video much longer than it actually is. Adrian's book, with its 150 pages, is packed with such detail. If you like the video, please press that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. More videos to come, of course. Bye for now.